All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about something, well, something really powerful. It's this hidden principle, this secret art that basically says you can win any battle long before you even step onto the field.
So here's a question for you. What in the world could possibly connect a boxing legend, a woman who won pretty much every contest she ever entered, and a spiritual healer who drew these massive, massive crowds? I mean, on the surface, that sounds impossible, right? They're from completely different worlds.
Well, the answer is, it's as strange as it is powerful. Every single one of them, in their own unique way, figured out how to broadcast from the future. Yeah, you heard that right. They learned how to live from a reality that hadn't actually happened yet, transmitting a signal from where they wanted to be, right back into their present moment.
So this strange and powerful idea, this secret frequency they were all tuning into, it actually has a name.
And that name is Psychoharmonics. This is the core idea we're going to unpack today. You can think of it like this. It's the art of harmonizing your internal world, your mind, your feelings, your whole being, your psyche, with a future reality you want. You align with it so completely that you're not just hoping for it anymore. You are living from it right now.
But, where did this even come from? It sounds pretty out there. So let's take a look at the architects, the thinkers who really laid down the blueprint for this whole thing.
It really starts with this one guy, a 20th century mystic named Neville Goddard. And he boiled the whole thing down to one simple, elegant command: assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. See, for him, it wasn't about wishing or hoping. That's weak stuff. The real key was to assume, to feel, right now as if your wish was already a done deal, a solid, concrete fact.
And what's so cool is how practical he made it. It wasn't just some abstract idea. He gave us a formula. Step 1, know exactly what you want. Get crystal clear. Step 2, and this is the big one, you have to enter the feeling of already having it. Don't just think about it, feel it in your bones. Step 3, don't try to force it. He said it should be gentle, like a surrender, not a struggle. And finally, step 4, you just persist in that feeling. You stay there until it feels totally natural, like it's just who you are.
So Neville is all about that internal world, that feeling. But there's another side of this coin. You've got figures like the late spiritual healer T.B. Joshua, and his teaching was all about external action. He said true faith isn't just a feeling. It demands you act on it. You don't just feel healed, you get up and act like you're healed. You don't wait for the proof, your action is the proof. See? It's the same principle, just one is internal feeling, the other is external action.
This next part just illustrates it perfectly. It's a story Neville himself loved to use, from the Bible. You have these 10 lepers, and Jesus doesn't just snap his fingers and heal them, no. He tells them to go. Go show themselves to the priest. Now think about that. That's something you could only legally do if you were already clean. The miracle, the healing, it happened as they went. It happened during the act of faith, the action they took based on the assumption that they were already healed. The action was everything.
Okay, so that's the philosophy. But let's move from the thinkers to the doers, to the real world. Well, you could almost call them prophets of winning. People who didn't just talk about this stuff, they lived it. And the results, absolutely jaw-dropping.
I mean, look no further than Cassius Clay, who became Muhammad Ali. He was an absolute master of psychoharmonics. You know those famous rhymes, "I am the greatest"? That wasn't just trash talk, it was prophetic poetry. He was literally programming his own reality, and ours, right there in public. He declared he was the greatest so often, so relentlessly, that reality itself just bent to his will. He was broadcasting from a future where he'd already won.
Now, it's easy to hear that and think, well, that's Muhammad Ali. He was a once-in-a-generation genius. But this power, this principle, it's not just for legends on the world stage. It's a universal law. And it was used with just as much mind-blowing success by someone you've probably never heard of.
Her name was Helen Hadsell. And back in the 70s, she got famous for winning pretty much every contest she ever entered. And I'm not talking about, a toaster here and there. We're talking a fully furnished house, first-class trips to Europe, multiple cars, countless other prizes. And her secret? She called it name it and claim it. It was simple. She would just decide she was going to win, and then she'd go about her life as if it was already a done deal, an absolute certainty.
And this one quote from her just says it all. She once told her son, "Don't buy a fry pan, as I was positive I'd be winning one shortly." I mean, come on. That is psychoharmonics in action. It's so practical. She wasn't just sitting around visualizing a frying pan. Her certainty was so real, it changed her actual behavior. She was acting on the assumption, just like those lepers who started walking.
So, this is all amazing, but how can we use this, right? How do we take this big idea and turn it into something we can actually do? Well, that brings us to a really cool modern application, what you might call a victory anthem. The idea is you can take all these pieces, Neville's feeling, TB Joshua's action, Ollie's declaration, and you can fuse them together into one of the most powerful tools for programming your own mind there is, a song. Your own personal psychoharmonic victory anthem.
Just look at an example like this. These lyrics aren't about hoping to win the lottery. They're sung from the place of already having it. 250 million, mine to command, Europe's ruler. It's a declaration of a fact. It's a broadcast from a reality where the win is already in the history books.
So why does a victory anthem work so well? Well, there are a few reasons. First, you've got subconscious imprinting. That rhythm and repetition, it just bypasses your skeptical brain and drills the message right into your subconscious. Second, it's a vibrational rehearsal. Singing is a physical thing. You are literally anchoring the feeling, the frequency of winning in your body. And third, and this is maybe the most important part, it's about emotional embodiment. Music is pure feeling. It fuses the idea with the emotion, and that is the secret sauce.
Okay, so let's pull all these different threads together into one big idea. When you get right down to it, what we're really talking about here is learning how to read and even rewrite the source code of your own reality.
And this table here, this master codex, really lays it all out. You see Neville Goddard with his method of assume the feeling, TB Joshua with act on the word, Cassius Clay and his prophetic poetry, Helen Hadsell with her name it and claim it. They all had different methods, but they were all tapping into the exact same principle. And now look at the last row. Your method? The Psychoharmonic song. It's your tool because it combines all of their secrets, the feeling, the action, the declaration, the certainty, all into one.
So, the big takeaway here, the secret. It's not about wishing for a new reality. It's not about wanting or hoping, because all of that just broadcasts one thing, lack. The real secret is something else entirely. The secret is to stop asking for a new reality and start broadcasting from the one you've already chosen, the one that already exists in your imagination. The power is and always has been yours. So the only real question left is, what frequency are you on?